Yo, is Captain holding his phone in the jank ass YouTube video you ever saw? Well, hopefully not, but maybe close. I wanted to talk about what we did today on stream. I wanted to talk about Dark Souls because that's what we did. We did Ornstein and Smough, and I don't know. It's probably, is it the hardest boss we've done so far? Maybe. I feel like the gargoyles took us a while. I feel like Gape Dragons took us a couple. I feel like the fucking Titanite demons are harder than any of the bosses we done because they have weird hitboxes and they're super annoying. But look, we did Ornstein and Smough. I heard it was one of the hardest bosses. I heard people say that like out of the whole series, it sucked because it's two bosses. And I'm gonna be honest, the game is not set up to fight two bosses at once. It's not. You have too much layering. They will kill you and you get fucked. So that's the hard part of the fight. That's the hard part of the fight. Like you can't really fight them both at the same time. Now, I don't know. I'm bad at the game. I'm bad at video games in general. So, I mean, like I'm not terrible, but you know what I mean? I'm not like some soul level 1 fucking no armor, no roll challenge run. It's my first time I've seen this shit. And I'm like, I can't keep them together. So I spent a lot of time trying to like separate them. And everybody was like, yo, aren't you doing anything? And it's like I was trying to figure out their moves. I was trying to make sure they were separated. And it seemed like, the big guy, Smough, you can, no one knows how to say the GH. But if you get far, he's slow. So if you get far enough away from him, right, he's going to take a while to get over there. Well, unless he uses the move, which it doesn't. My arms are literally falling asleep. This is so jank. But and so if you get far enough away from him, his buddy, little spear boy, will charge at you. And so I was sitting there waiting for that forever. It took forever. It was annoying, but at least like I learned the move sets. I for the most part didn't die, um, and it wasn't too bad. I mean, Broski would fucking no clip zoom around. He was like using hacks. He would zoom around. And I was like, this cannot be real. They did not make a game like this, but they did. That's how they made the game. That's the game. So he was zooming around, use it, and it's like you're trying to learn. Like, all right, if he's zooming, he ain't gonna stop until he attacks. So if you see him zooming, if you see him no clipping, you gotta be wary of it. And it took forever, and I was getting annoyed. It took us a long time, but we finally got to like where we were pretty good. Like I managed to kill him, and then Smo powers up, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't know how to fight Smo. But when he's by himself, it's not too hard. We learned it. It wasn't too bad. Um, and I'm like, I think we did it like twice, and we almost got him. And I was like, shit, dude. And then I even figured out that you could like, I was having trouble with one move, which is butt slam, and then he makes the big lightning thing. And I was having trouble with that because that lightning would hit me for like 90% of my health. So it's like, oh, I can't really get hit by this. And I couldn't like get out of it in time because I was using the great club. I was like doing an unga bunga build. I couldn't really get out of it in time. So I was trying to figure out what to do, and I was like, oh, what if I can just block it? You can block it. You can't block the butt slam, but you can block the shockwave. So that's what we did. And it was like, all right, I got this on download. But then it was like, I was waiting forever trying to get these two, like, just waiting for good patterns. And I'm just like, this is so annoying. I don't want to wait for good patterns. And I died several times just because I got annoyed, like, waiting for good patterns. Um, and then I finally was just like, fuck it. I don't want to sit here and wait until they're separated. I'm getting annoyed. And so I was just like, I'm just gonna jump in and like try to kill them. And if they kill me, whatever, at least I'll start again and I won't have to sit here and wait for patterns. And it actually, it actually worked out. I would have liked to try it a few more times because I felt like I didn't really master it. I felt like I just got tired, jumped in there, and we got lucky. Smo didn't hit us that many times, and so I just got Ornstein down without taking too long because it was frustrating me. And then we got him, and we got Smo. It wasn't a big deal. It felt really good. I enjoyed it. I thought it was all right. I don't really. I wish I could have tried it some more to see if like the patterns were good. Like if there was a way to manipulate those patterns better, because waiting for the patterns sucked. Diving in felt good, but I felt like I got lucky. So it's hard to say like if the boss is set up good or if I just got lucky. Um, I felt like I could have learned it more, but I felt like I did learn it a lot. I felt like I learned where to use one hand, where to use two hand, when to do blocks, because I learned that it was a lot better to block Ornstein, because with his spear, that was a lot easier to deal with. But I felt like we could have mastered it more because we were even walking around some of his stuff sometimes. And it was like, man, if I could master that, then I could just two hand it. But it was good. It was interesting. I don't know. I feel like the game isn't as hard as people say. Uh, it's not. It's mainly like just dealing with cheese. Like the cheese of this fight was there's two guys, and it was like, how are you not gonna get like multi hit to death? How are you not gonna get CC'd to death? Which we did happen a lot. And it was like, how do you deal with it? How do you keep them separated, or how do you just get lucky? And I felt like that's the thing I didn't feel like I really solved. I felt like I wasn't sure. I felt like I kind of just got lucky because I got tired and I went in there. So who knows? But we got him down. It was awesome. I was using the Great Club plus 10. I knew that you could make Smough's hammer because I had seen the blacksmith. So we walked over the blacks. Well, I debated about it for like 100 years. Then I walked over the blacksmith and I was like, all right, do I want to make this hammer? And people were telling me Smough's hammer's not as good. Great Club's the best one. And I was like, dude, I just killed a boss. I want like a cool drop. I want to use the cool hammer. It seems awesome. Like I love the club, but I didn't have anything that looked unga bunga like caveman. So I wanted, if like as much as I love clubs, I would like a hammer. Like hammers and axes are the funnest to me. So I was like, yo, I could get a big hammer? Okay, let's fucking do that. And I finally just pulled the trigger on it because I was like, fuck it, it'll be fun. It's dumb that I'm going to lose this club forever. It's dumb that it's worse than the club, but it's big, it's huge, it'll be fun. I'll have it as a memento. And if it sucks, right, I'll just use something else. I've been using the club for a while. We could have used something else. I'd gotten the Dragon Tooth, which is kind of like a big club, but like it's like harder to use and upgrade. So I was like, fuck it, let's just do it. And I kind of hate that having to make that choice in old games like that. Because it's like I want to just have both. Why do I have to lose one? Why do I have to like invest so much into this weapon just to see if it's like any good, just to see if it works? And because like what if it doesn't? And then it's like, well, I guess I wasted all my time and I bricked my save. I mean that sucks. I don't know. I don't know if that's Dark Souls. Like I'm trying to learn what Dark Souls is. I've always wondered. Um, I don't know if that part's Dark Souls or that's just, 100-year-old console game. You got to deal with stuff like that. Um, because I mean, it's clearly designed to be like replayed a bunch of times, like New Game Plus and stuff. And so, like, I assume on New Game Plus, you could like get all this stuff. You could slowly collect everything. But we ended up getting the hammer. It looked awesome. It was such a cool memento. It was like, yes, this is fun. We beat the boss. It was a hard boss. It was one like I said, I don't know if we took the longest on it so far, but I've been not taking too many tries on bosses. They haven't been taking me too long. I could be just favorably remembering things. Like maybe they have been taking long and I've just blocked it out. But I mean, there's a lot of bosses like we one or two shot, and there hasn't been that many bosses so far. Like I said, I swear I've died to Titanite Demon more than like the bosses. Um, but so it was like, yo, we overcome this challenge. I want to feel like I won something. I got a cool thing from it, and I've been loving the Great Club. So having an upgrade to it, it says like, "Oh, ascend to the Great Club to Smough's hammer." It's like, yes, I want to ascend my weapon I'm loving right now to something even better. And so we did, and I had enough. We kind of got lucky. My attack did go down when I switched to it. I was like, ooh, and I couldn't even hold it. But we got enough souls from killing the boss, and I was pretty high on strength. I've been going unga bunga, and I was like, yo, I think I can get my strength high enough. And I had a couple souls you could pop in your inventory. So I popped them, and we managed to get enough strength that we could two-hand it. And I was like, yes, we're doing this. And then and then I was like, all right, can I upgrade it so that my number goes up at least? And I could. It took Demon Titanite. I'd never used one before. I had 9. And I think that's all it takes to get it to +5. And I couldn't I ran out of souls. And I was late, so I didn't want to do any farming. I think we got it to +3 or +4, and our number did go up. And it was a really good time. And people were like, yo, you gotta like go hit something with it. And so we put on Havel's armor so that I wouldn't have to worry about dying because I was freaking out. And I just walked up to a stupid imp and it couldn't do anything. It was like poking me, and I was just like, here's the big hammer attack. And it was like, whoa, bonk. I probably just shook the camera. I'm holding the camera with my hand. Uh and the thing just like flattened. It was like 700. I was like, oh my god, that felt good. So I don't know, it was fun. I just wanted to share my thoughts on the boss while I'm still having them. I wanted to like put a YouTube video up. Um, I wanted to talk about like the hammer and upgraded it and like whether you should do something that's optimal or whether you should do something that's fun, even though the game's super hard or it's super punishing, so you don't want to like fuck up, right? Um, you need, yeah, I like, what do you do? What do you like? I want to make sure I'm not gonna die to everything, but it was, I just said fuck it. It'll be fun to have this hammer, and you know what? It was fun to have the hammer, and I enjoyed it, and it was a good time, and I'm really looking forward to playing some more. I have several other things I want to talk about, but fuck it. I just wanted to put this together. Hopefully, I'll get something to hold the camera, dude. My arms are falling asleep. Anyways, that's all I have. So hopefully you enjoyed the thoughts, and hopefully I can get to do some more. All right, y'all have a good one. You have a good. Just have a good. See ya.